Stranger Things has become my all-time favorite show. I think it is better than The Sopranos. I think it is better than Breaking Bad. I think it's better than The Walking Dead, which is easy at this point because that show died a slow, horrible death. But if they can't stick the landing, then I think I might lose all hope.
Oh, I'm fine. It's just that life is pointless and nothing matters, and I'm always tired.
I'm very concerned that in some way, shape, or form, the Duffer brothers are going to mess it up. I'm making this video because I am still traumatized about the ending of Game of Thrones. I am traumatized to the point where I've kind of held a grudge over any content that HBO has ever put out since then.
I feel angry. Angry at you. Angry at you for doing something stupid. Angry at me for believing you could do something not stupid.
I refuse to watch anything related to Game of Thrones ever. There will be none of that in this household. This is so important. D.B. Weiss and David Benioff could not stick the landing. They gave up. They were focused on other projects. They were not attentive to detail whatsoever. They left freaking Starbucks cups in the shot. It was so bad that I have become this very cynical consumer of content. And let me tell you guys, Hollywood hasn't helped. Hollywood hasn't made things better. All of these massively successful franchises that have been run into the dirt. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through some of the worst case scenarios that are possible. We're going to triage them, and we're going to be collectively prepared in the event that something goes horribly, horribly, horribly wrong and the favorite show is ruined forever and I never watch Netflix or HBO or television or movies ever again.
I'm broken and you did this!
And to be clear, when I say ruin the series, I mean any of these scenarios that can betray the fandom to an unforgivable extent. So you ready? Let's dig in. Worst case scenario number 1, Dustin and Steve never snap out of it. They're doing this weird thing this season where Dustin is being moody and depressed. Steve is kind of being a bit of an asshole over here. Like, he's not very happy-go-lucky. He's just kind of being very cynical. He's attacking Jonathan. He's attacking Dustin, kind of getting his digs in ways that are a little bit more acerbic than his usual demeanor. Now, I actually appreciate the depth in writing that is bringing these characters to this point, because if they were still the same kind of comedic duo that they have been in the past, it wouldn't feel true to the realistic events of what's going on in Hawkins. It would feel like, oh, like it doesn't matter. The world can actually be ending and we're cut off from the rest of the country and we're still trying to find Vecna and I lost my friend and mentor Eddie, but like it's fine. It's going to be okay. Let's just, clap hands and bounce around like everything is all right. No, so I appreciate the realism that's being drawn to these characters. And in a way, I'm actually kind of relieved that they're behaving this way, because when a character has completed its character arc, that's when they stand the most chance of dying. What good writing does is it's not going to kill off a character that hasn't finished that character journey. You don't kill off Luke Skywalker while he's in the middle of trying to become Luke Skywalker. You kill off Obi-Wan Kenobi because Obi-Wan has accomplished everything that he is in existence to do. He's achieved his purpose. And now all of those responsibilities must fall to Luke. They must fall to the next generation who must encounter those obstacles and overcome them. So in a way, I'm not really upset by how Dustin and Steve are behaving, because I think the Duffer brothers are demonstrating that they have character arcs to complete, and therefore kind of minimizes the chance of either of them being killed off. And no one is safe, but I feel like this is what the Duffer brothers are trying to give to our favorites, Steve and Dustin. That being said, you can kind of kill them off in a little bit of a different way, where you make us kind of stop loving them as much. Like, you're seriously going to let us go this entire series? You're going to give us the final goodbye without a single happy exchange, without a little bit of comedic moment that's going to make us laugh, that's going to bring us back to the true nature of two of our favorite characters?
Hello! He's here. Henderson. That little shit, he's here. He's like, he's in the walls or something. Just listen.
I think that's a little bit lame. And I would be pretty disappointed if we didn't get a little bit of the taste of classic Steve and Dustin by the end of the series.
What? I sneak up behind him, I knock him out, and I take his key card. It's easy.
Did you not hear the part about the massive gun?
Yes, Dustin, I did. And that's why I would be sneaking.
Always the babysitter.
Always the goddamn babysitter.
Worst case scenario number 2. They kill off Elle, but they leave 8 or some other kind of lesser character to tackle the final showdown with Vecna. I understand that Elle needs help. They're setting everything up so that Elle is getting the help that she needs. She is getting a partner and a sister in 8 who has powers that are very complementary to Elle's telekinetic powers. They're setting up Will to be able to see into and control the Upside Down. This is putting together a sort of superhero force, which is leading us to get to a very great, awesome, monumental showdown with Vecna. But it is all for nothing if it is not Elle who is the one who takes him down. I don't want some sad, mopey final scene where they all band together and go, "For Elle." It's not for Elle. This is Elle's primary mission. This is her goal. This is her objective. This is her arc to complete.
All this time, we've been building it. We've been building it for you.
What if they had killed off Luke Skywalker and it was just Han Solo and Leia going, "For Luke"? I'm a little bit on edge, you guys. I know all the ways that they can mess it up. And the stakes are high. The stakes are high for everybody. They're high for Joyce. They're high for Murray. They're high for dipshit Derek. They're especially high for me, the viewer, the fan. So just bear with me. Let's keep going. Worst case scenario number 3, Vecna chooses Will for no good reason. This whole time, it has been set up so that there is some deeper purpose, some deeper meaning to Will being the one taken from the very beginning. We spent 2 straight seasons watching Will get completely destroyed in the Upside Down trying to survive and then get possessed by the Mind Flayer in season 2. We have been in the trenches with this kid. Why was he allowed to live when Barb was killed? Why is he allowed to survive when Vecna goes after 11? Why wasn't he the one chosen to open up the 4th gate and it was Max instead? What is this connection to Will? Please don't let this be some type of Last Jedi bullshit.
Do you want to know the truth about your parents? They're filthy junk traders who sold you off for drinking money.
Let's not subvert any expectations here, please. Okay? This wasn't random. Vecna chose Will for a reason. The question is, why? This is a mystery that we have been chasing since the very beginning. Help us unlock that mystery. Give us an amazing answer to the mystery. But if you leave it unanswered, or worse, if you tell us that it didn't really matter, that the entire monologue that Vecna just gave to Will, that he chose him because he was weak, is the whole story, is the whole reason, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be annoyed. You should be annoyed too. And the absolute worst case scenario, the ultimate betrayal, is that somehow Vecna is a good guy and he's just been possessed by the Mind Flayer this whole time. And when they can actually get down to the core person that Henry is, he teams up with 11 and 8 and Will, and together they take on and they slay the Mind Flayer once and for all. Hello? Chrissy doesn't mean anything. Fred, Patrick's deaths don't mean anything. Max's death doesn't mean anything. All of the people who were slaughtered in the mall fire in season 3, none of that means anything because Henry can just turn around and be like, "Sorry guys, it wasn't me, it was the Mind Flayer. I'm a good person, right? Yeah, sure, let's all join forces together and we'll take on the Mind Flayer together." There's a legitimate reason for me to feel this way, and that is because of the play. If you don't know what the play is, there was a Broadway/London play that came out, I don't know when, but there is a London play that is the official prequel to Stranger Things. It's called The First Shadow. And in this play, it basically details how Henry became Vecna, that he found his way into Dimension X, which is what the Upside Down was before Henry turned it into the Upside Down. And he became possessed by the Mind Flayer as a small child. This changed his DNA forever and it gave him the telekinetic powers that he has. The play also focuses largely on this Anakin-style struggle that Henry has between the mind flayer possessing him and overtaking him and turning him evil and him choosing to be a good person. There is an actual line in season 4 that he hints to in his monologue to 11 in her whole flashback scene while he's showing his visions to Nancy, where he says, I wanted to be a predator, but for good. Like, are we actually debating whether Vecna can become a good guy again? That is not up for debate, you guys. That's not up for contemplation. That's not up for discussion. If you make Vecna back into a good guy, if you give him back the soul of Henry and turn him against the Mind Flayer and they all go arm in arm like the freaking Wizard of Oz to Emerald City, then everyone's death, all of the struggles, every miserable, awful, horrible thing that he has done in the past 4 seasons is all for nothing. That's the worst. That's the worst betrayal. You've given us one of the greatest villains of all time only to make him into some sort of flaccid half good guy?
The show is about nothing.
Well, it's not about nothing.
No, it's about nothing.
Can you guys see why I'm a little bit nervous? I'm a little bit on edge. I'm a little bit tense. I love this show so much, and I just don't want to see it ruined. I don't want to lose faith. They have given us such an amazing original story when the backdrop in Hollywood is godforsaken live action remakes and woke spin-offs of Star Wars. Please, I'm begging you. Just stick the landing. That's all I'm asking. Just stick the landing. You can have my money. I will buy Stranger Things merch. I will buy theater tickets to the finale. Take my money. Take my viewership. You can have my Netflix subscription. Just please, all I ask is that you stick the landing. So please, guys, please just jump into the comments. Talk me off this ledge. Tell me that it's going to be okay. Our characters are going to be okay. Nobody's going to get retconned. It's going to be a fantastic ending. Or if you want to be a doomsayer, you can jump in and give me your worst case theories as well. But just know that I'm probably going to have an anxiety attack reading them and I'm going to freak out. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe for more of my content, more videos. Tell me what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next one.